Hey everyone, Dallin here again at Just Right Creations. I just put up a video. I literally just put up my first video, and I'm excited. I wonder if it'll go anywhere. Who knows? What I do know is that I'm loving what I'm doing, and I'm making a second video already. Same day, just a couple hours later. And the reason I'm doing another one now is because I just got some new filament in. And if you're a printer, your filament's not normally exciting to get. You would just get your bulk shipments or whatever, and it's fun. But I got a special filament here from Elegoo. Some multicolor filament that I've never used before. I've done different ones in the past, you know, that like transition along the line. So, you know, you'll have the nice, like the Vulpix, you know, you starts with the red and goes up to the orange, and it's great. I love it. But what I got today is different. It's one of those ones that has multiple colors along at the same part of the print. Ooh. Ooh. What I have here is red and green. Both colors simultaneously. And oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm going to be printing some Christmas ornaments with this. Let's get this opened up and take a look. So here we have the filament. Green, red. You can kind of see that through the plastic that it transitions between the two very nicely. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. Oh man, that's looking good. Look at that. Look at that filament. That's beautiful. So as you move the filament around, it transitions. Ooh, actually here. I'm holding it on there because it'll roll away otherwise, but look at this. This just looks so fun. Oh. That transition. Oh, I'm so excited to print with this. Now let's talk about this filament. It's obvious that I've changed shirts, and I've actually done some cleaning around my office, and things are much cleaner now. Got rid of a couch, so that was nice. But in that time, I've printed a few things with this filament, and I honestly have to say I'm not that impressed, unfortunately. I really wanted to like this filament. I loved the green and red change. It's not like a filament that transitions, you know, from green to red or whatever, but instead the filament is split down the middle. So one side's green, the other side is red, and it's really cool. So that way, the thought is that as you're printing, one side will be red, one side will be green. You turn the object, and you kind of see that change happen. It's really cool to see in person. And I've done that here. You know, as I turn this little Christmas tree, you can see it turn from green over to red. It is really cool. And I really want to like this filament. But unfortunately, there's just a lot of cross-coloring. I'm not quite sure how to explain it, like color banding. We'll see if the camera... I don't have a viewfinder on this camera to show me what you're seeing, so hopefully this shows up. But as I turn this kind of around, you can see that in the green areas there's stripes of red, and in the red there's stripes of green, and it kind of ruins the effect a bit, which is unfortunate. It could be user error. I don't know. But it's not just this, though. This was actually the second thing I printed, I think. The first thing I printed... What was the first thing I printed? Printed the ornament. I've got this microphone now. It's kind of fun. I can talk and walk. The camera doesn't follow me, though. The actual first thing I printed with this filament is a Merry Christmas ornament. I thought that this filament would be perfect for ornaments. You know, have a kind of transition ornament. Looks cool. I would hope so, but it turns out this model, this isn't the filament's fault. This is the model is too busy. Too much detail on here. So at the top, when you're looking straight on, it looks muddled, looks almost brown because there's so much red and green intermixing. And like I said, I really want to love this, but it's just not turning out how I want it to be. I did a benchy. Turned out all right. I've got a number of zits on there. Not sure what happened. I never did a temp tower or anything, so that's again user error. But it still shows. This is a great example. I love the 3D benchy. It turned out all right. Like, I'm sure there are people who love this, who would love this kind of coloring and don't mind the muddiness of it. But I wish there was a way for it to not have the stripes. When it's supposed to be green, it shouldn't have the red stripes. When it's red, it shouldn't have the green stripes. Same thing with just a calibration cube. It's, you got the red sides there, and they look pretty decent. You go over to the green, and you got red striping in there. The top is just a muddled mess. I really want to like this filament. Unfortunately, I can't. I really want to like this filament, but I don't think I really can. I don't know what a good use case would be for this specific filament. I've seen like tricolor filaments before. They're pretty cool. I haven't gotten one myself, but people use them, and they're good complementary colors. Do like fantasy castles or something, and they look great. And I do need to try that. It's just this dual one I don't unfortunately think works very well. They're not great complementary colors. They muddle too much. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. I'm going to print more with this filament. I mean, I have a whole kilogram of it, so... Where is it anyways? Oh yeah, it's up there. It's that guy, right there. I'm going to use it. I paid for it. I'm not just going to throw it in the garbage or anything. And I'm sure at some point I'll find something that it's great for. I just wish that it's what I wanted in the first place. Now, you probably noticed that I'm holding a microphone. And if I put it in the first part of the video, it'll be there. Or if not, it's going to be right here. I am trying to still figure out this whole YouTube thing. It's different from when I did YouTube way back when I tried vlogging for just personal life vlog, back when that was a big thing. But I figured I need a gimmick, and I like having a microphone. Like holding a microphone, easier to talk into. When I was editing the first video, I had a big audio problem where when it was on the camera, I mean, the audio sounded good, whether it was on the phone or not. The problem is that holding the phone and being on the tripod had completely different sounds on my voice. I sounded different whether I was holding the phone or if it was on the tripod. Obviously, having the camera closer to me when I was holding it, my voice was a lot bigger. And I had to figure out how to fix that, because I'm no audio engineer. I don't know how to do things. I barely know how to cut and split video. I use Lightworks, which I used forever ago, and it's changed too, so I'm going to have to relearn it. But I'm still having fun. I'm still excited. Having the couch out of my office, I now have a place to put a table. I can make a little workshop there. A shipping station is actually what I'm planning on doing. Get a table so I can have all my packaging, have my bubble wrap, have my tape, have my labels, have my printer, all that in one area. That will be great. I'm excited to do that. I have the materials, now I just need a table. So what comes next? What is my next project that I'm working on? What am I currently printing, I should say. I am starting to work on some storage for our kitchen drawers and cabinets, mainly the silverware drawer and the utensils and all that stuff. Right now it's a big jumbled mess. It doesn't look great. There's not much organization. I've got a cheap Walmart or Target silverware organizer. It slides around because the drawer is huge. My dad made it. It's a big drawer. I love it. So much space. But there's no good storage in there. So I'm starting to print Gridfinity storage. Zach Friedman's, I think that's his name. I'm printing the open source Gridfinity system is what I'm doing. I've been working on making a whole bunch of grids, My printers don't have the biggest beds. They're pretty medium size. They're 250 square, I think, if that. So I've been making these 4x4 grids. I think I can go up to 5x5 if I really wanted to. If I wanted to push the size limits on my printers. I've been printing a lot of these. I'm going to put them in the drawer, and then I'll, cut them down for anything that doesn't fit exactly. And that's going to give me a good firm base in my kitchen drawer where I can start putting, organizing actual containers. So I can have a spot for my spoons, a spot for my forks, and everything else in there. That's my big project that I'm working on now. But that's not what you see printing behind me. It is a Gridfinity item, but it's not for the kitchen. I've actually been looking for a place to store my enamel paints. I have these little 7.4 mil enamel paints, just a little set of them, and they're in such a flimsy plastic container, just a flat thing. They're all laying on there, hard to move around. So instead, I'm printing a Gridfinity file I found on Thingiverse, I believe? No, Things, one of those. I'll link it down in the doobly-doo. But it's a little paint storage container made for Gridfinity. It'll hold all 9 colors that I have, all 9 little bottles. And this is going to be a great first storage container. I have a couple little Gridfinity items already. Hold some memory cards and my box knife. But having a good place. But I need to start organizing all my stuff, not just some computer bits or silverware bits. So I'm going to start making organizers for everything as best as I can. I don't have a lot of office space yet until I get that table. But once I do get that table, I'm going to have some shelves on top of it and below it, and in the drawers you'll have the Gridfinity, and I can just put things in and take them out, and it'll be really fun and cool, and I'm excited. I'm excited for Gridfinity, and you should be too. Oh boy, is that going to be a thing? Is that going to be a catchphrase? I'm excited for this thing and you should be too? Oh no, should I do that? Printers are cool. 3D printers are cool. But what's cooler is the people behind them. The people who go out of their way to make things that they enjoy. The people who are brilliant and innovative, who put out files for people to print. I make toys for people, and I love it. I'm a toy maker. I'm a Gridfinity maker. I am a plastic melter and shaper, and I'm a maker. This video's gone on long enough. It started out as just a review of the Elegoo's split color red-green filament, and now I'm just rambling. Maybe I'll make this into its own video. Thank you, though. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for coming back to the past and looking at this video of where I started. For all I know, I'm watching myself in the future right now. Coming back to see where I started, humble beginnings, to where I am in the future, which is hopefully in a shop with people I care about around me and a community I love. Yeah. I'm excited for the future, and you should be too.